Nightmares on Elm Street. Elm Street, a quiet suburban neighborhood like any other, nestled under the veil of darkness, hides secrets darker than the shadows that stretch across its sidewalks. In this seemingly idyllic enclave, where picket fences line the streets, and children play in the safety of their yards, lies a terror that lurks in the depths of dreams. For Sarah Reynolds, a young woman who recently moved into a quaint house on Elm Street, the nightmares began the moment she laid her head upon her pillow. At first, they were mere whispers of fear, fleeting glimpses of something sinister lurking just beyond the edge of consciousness. But with each passing night, the nightmares grew more vivid, more terrifying, until they threatened to consume her waking hours as well. It started innocently enough, a shadowy figure standing at the foot of her bed, its eyes gleaming with malice, its twisted form melting into the darkness. Sarah would wake with a start, her heart pounding in her chest, only to find herself alone in the silence of her room. But soon, the nightmares took on a life of their own, seeping into every corner of Sarah's existence like a poison spreading through her veins. She would find herself trapped in a labyrinth of twisting corridors, chased by unseen horrors that hungered for her very soul. Faces would materialize from the darkness, twisted and contorted in agony, their anguished screams echoing in her ears long after she woke. Desperate for answers, Sarah turned to the other residents of Elm Street, hoping to find solace in their shared experiences. But each door she knocked on remained closed, the neighbors unwilling to speak of the darkness that plagued their dreams. It was as if they were bound by some unspoken pact, a collective silence that only served to deepen the mystery of Elm Street. As the nightmares grew more intense, Sarah's grasp on reality began to slip. She would find herself wandering the streets of Elm Street in the dead of night, drawn to the old abandoned house at the end of the block like a moth to a flame. Its windows were shattered, its walls covered in graffiti, yet there was something undeniably alluring about its decrepit facade. One fateful night, driven by a force she could not comprehend, Sarah crossed the threshold of the abandoned house, her footsteps echoing in the empty halls. The air was thick with the scent of decay, the floorboards creaking beneath her weight as she ascended the staircase to the upper floors. It was there, in the darkness of the attic, that Sarah uncovered the truth that had been hidden from her all along. Tucked away in a dusty old trunk, she found a collection of photographs, faded memories of the children who had once called Elm Street home. But these were not ordinary photographs. They were snapshots of the nightmares that had plagued Sarah's dreams. Each face, contorted in agony, each scream frozen in time. And among them, Sarah recognized a face she had seen before, a face that had haunted her dreams since the moment she set foot on Elm Street. It was the face of a young boy, his eyes wide with terror, his lips parted in a silent scream. In that moment, Sarah knew that she was not alone in her nightmares, that there were others who had fallen victim to the darkness that lurked in the shadows of Elm Street. And as she gazed into the hollow eyes of the boy, in the photograph, she realized that the nightmare was far from over, that it had only just begun. For more scary odd horror stories, please subscribe us.